Hello, this is Brian Purdy of the Florida Aviation Network. Day one of the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Today we're visiting different exhibitors at the Innovation Showcase in the new Future in Flight Plaza. Today we're starting out with AeroSys and their CEO, Mirko Hahn. He's going to just tell us a little bit about his product. And fortunately, it's just an app that you can download so everybody can get access to it. Good morning, Mirko. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. And thanks for the introduction. I was just going to say, you're absolutely right. And this is also a shout out to you. It's an app, so why not try it? It's free. And we are doing a voice assistant for pilots. And we like to call it the Alexa for the cockpit or the Alexa for the pilots, because everyone really knows what it's all about. And we call it Goose. So I believe as a Maverick, you need a Goose to talk to in the cockpit. And then you just say, hey Goose, and you ask Goose whatever you want to ask him. Goose is your digital co-pilot, and so you can basically ask Goose whatever you would ask a human co-pilot, but you're talking to your phone really. And the beauty is it's completely offline capable, so you can use it on the ground, you can use it in the air, you can use it for an entire Atlantic crossing. Wherever you go, whatever you want to do, Goose is there, and Goose flies with you.
Okay. So that tells me that it's not necessarily GPS enabled, it's strictly data processing, voice processing, stuff like that, which is good. It gives you a chance to practice on the ground to make sure you're pronouncing things the way it's going to recognize it. So it sounds very good. Now you said it's free, but I noticed that you showed me there's some things you have to buy. What kind of cross point are those?
So that is absolutely correct. So the app per se is for free, and you can use it as long as you want on a free plan. However, we do offer two plans where you can kind of upgrade the functionalities, and to use the voice feature to have actual communications with your phone, you would have to subscribe for a license, which starts at $24 a year, and the biggest plan currently goes for $36 a year. So I think it's not too bad. And then you can also actually buy checklists and procedures. We have, I think, about 500 that are free, that are just like other aviators like yourself, like myself, created their checklist from scratch based on their preferences and shared that with the community, and they're obviously free, so you can download them, customize them, and then share it again with your friends. Or you can buy premium content that either has been published through the OEMs or was endorsed through an Owners and Pilots Association, or is some other premium content like we do have Checkmate original checklists in a digital version. So if you're flying out there with a Checkmate hard copy version, we do have the original versions in the app, and these ones are for sale, so you can just purchase them as a one-time fee. So Checkmate is a company that has been, I think, for over 3 decades now in the aviation community, really printing hard copy checklists, and that is what they're extraordinary at. And they have been in aviation longer than I have been on this planet, really, I think. And but yes, we did merge with Miraloo, that is the company that developed MiraCheck. And MiraCheck has been evolved almost for a decade now, and started as a checklist app, and then really grew and started with voice capabilities as well. And we now merged together. We joined forces last year in September 23, and merged the product and really enhanced the digital co-pilot experience. Completely correct.
Great. Okay, so we're going to let you show us a little bit about how it works.
Okay, so this is how it looks like. This is, if you so will, the administration panel, or really the back end to your Goose. And we call it the Goose Cloud. We do have all the checklists available in here, either for free download or for purchase, depending on the checklist. And you can really browse through them, and some aviators even create a checklist and put it up here, like the AirVenture Oshkosh camping checklist. So if you're going to Oshkosh, you want to camp there, you might, I don't know what's in there, but if you want to go there, you might have a good opportunity that a lot of things are covered. in there. And you can just go over here on the left to the My Checklist tab, open it up, and then these are all the checklists of the aircrafts you have. And you can have as many as you like. There's no restriction, no payment behind that. And then you can really just select the checklist, whatever it is. I've got the TBM 930 here, and the checklist for us is structured in different levels. So let me open up a couple levels. So we have within our aircraft, the TBM 930, we have different categories which you can completely customize. And this example is a checklist that some Goose pilot created and shared with the community. So this most likely is going to be different to the original checklist that came with the TBM. And it might also be different to what you're flying. So just be careful if you use someone else's stuff. Look into that and customize it. So you open up then, for example, the cruise section, and you have then all the items within that checklist. And on the right side, you see all the different labels you can attach to that. We have a bunch of configuration, and on our YouTube channel we're going to constantly release a bunch of tutorials that really help you to go through it, that would just blow the entire video. It takes an hour to just speak about the capabilities and advanced features each single item in a checklist has. And so you can scroll down here, you can open advanced settings, and so just as a teaser and to really show how much you can do, you can write custom code if you're a techie like we are, and you really want to dive into that and make it your own. You can write custom code that is executed once you tick off an item, and this could be, for example, send an email to my spouse and let her know that I'm alright. And so a lot of things here to discover, to play around with, and then really from custom code that's executed upon completion all the way up to just drag and drop. It's everything in between, and you just save the checklist, you edit it, beautiful, and easy as that. Once you synced it, it's going to be available on all your devices, and this backend part is the only part that actually needs internet, right? So you're always going to do the changes against the cloud, and then when you open up the app on your phone or on your tablet, you then pull or kind of sync the latest changes from your cloud on your device, and then you go flying. And I think that is what we can do now. So we're just going to jump into the app. Beautiful.
You can basically sit at home and at a laptop or a computer.
Correct.
Work where it's comfortable and a lot easier than using a phone or a tablet.
Correct.
And, it's like, and that's all stored in the cloud, or is there a way to do a direct connect to your device?
It all goes through the cloud to ensure that it's always there and that it is always synced on multiple devices. So a lot of pilots, like myself, we have multiple devices. So I have an iPad mini when I'm flying. If I'm doing long cross-country flights, I have my large iPad. I have an iPhone. I even have an Apple Watch. And so we're always going to sync against the cloud, so that the cloud then can distribute all changes in real time to all devices. And you can even, it comes with an Apple Watch app as well, so you can control Goose with your Apple Watch or even with your smartwatch. It works with most common smartwatches. So yeah, it's extraordinary. And then within the app we have 4 large different sections. We have the Goose section where you can start Goose. We have the hangar where you find all the aircrafts you have. We then have the Discover and settings section as well, and you just click the play button and off it goes. It initializes the natural language processing, and then you see all the items in here, and you can either use your finger, check the box, click the item, move around, you can skip an item, or if you want to, you can also just use the voice feature and just say check. And all these functionalities are in here. You can see all the checklists to kind of switch around them quickly. You can swipe through them, and as soon as you tip a checklist, it's going to be there instantaneously. And you have your different groups on the bottom here, and a very, very cool feature with that comes with an iPad is that you can have it as a slide over your EFB app. So if you're using an EFB app, you can control it and you still have Goose ready to go on the side. You can move it around how you like. You can even push it back and you have a split screen again. And if you want, you can also jump to full screen, and it really is extraordinary what it allows you to do. Since I have a headset on, I'm connected to Goose, and it's very hard to hear what Goose is saying, but the cool thing now is that I'm actually doing nothing with my hand, so obviously I'm not touching the screen, and I just say check. And I just say we have this little icon here, so if the microphone is green, it indicates that it is in a standby mode, so you would have to say the wake word in order for Goose to get up and listen again. So I would just say, hey Goose. And you see it's turning red, so it's waiting for my command to just say check. Check. And now I can even jump to a completely different section by go to in-flight.
Now,
Go to in-flight.
Do you use check for the whole time, or do you need to have? Can you set it to the actual response?
Oh yeah, you can do the challenge respond thing. We call it challenge response, or the co-pilot, actual co-pilot experience, where you would have to read back the exact same trigger before it allows you to go further. And yeah, you can even set it in the admin panel just for very specific items. And hey Goose, go to in-flight. Check.
Climb first.
Yeah. Check. Skip. Repeat. Check. Check. Skip. Mute.
So it should have turned that green again, shouldn't it?
No, it's on pause now.
Oh.
So the red section, so you can customize the duration in which it is red, and in the time where it is red, it won't listen for a wake word. It will scan everything you're saying, and you can customize the duration of that. And once you set it to pause, you would have to activate it with continue, and if that is red, you can just say continue, and if it's green, you just say hey Goose, continue. And that is this feature which is very, very handy, especially when you're flying IFR. You have a lot of traffic, you have a lot of communication, ATC is talking to you, you can just be like pause or mute, and then depending on how long you want Goose to pause, you would just say hey Goose, continue. Correct. So Mirko, that was great, and I'm glad you guys have presentations in our forum, 11 o'clock Wednesday through Saturday, so everybody can get almost a hands-on look at it and ask more questions. But this is Brian Purdy with the Florida Aviation Network at the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo 2024 inside the Innovation Showcase in the Future in Flight Plaza. Come join us. It's a really interesting place to see what's coming for tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye. Bye-bye.
According at least to the FTSB, results in over 1,200 accidents and incidents in the US alone every year. And history has shown us that as soon as we put a second pilot in there, the safety increases by 1,800 times. So it's 1,800 times as safe to have two pilots in the cockpit than just a single pilot. And if we're looking on the global scale, we're now talking about single pilot flights, which are 19 million flights a year. And that's not even enough, because according to a recent study from the NTSB, over 85% of all accidents and incidents in general aviation result in a pilot's cognitive overload. And just because we are distracted, it's just every now and then it's just so much going on. But there is a secret weapon that we have as pilots, which I believe we do not use enough. And we have. That's just all.
There is one thing we all have that helps us to get what we want. Our voice.
Hey Goose, log takeoff time.
Takeoff time copy. There is one thing which is always free, even with hands on throttle and stick. Our voice.
Hey Goose, get direct to Kilo Sierra Zulu Papa.
Direct to Santa Paula, heading 315. There is one thing that helps us to get back home to our families safe and sound. Introducing our voice assistant.
My team and I, we've been working on this for over a decade now in total. And it's finally there. So you can download that and it runs on your phone. If you're flying with a phone, with an iPhone, an Android, or a tablet, you have everything you need to get a digital co-pilot in the cockpit right now. And we have listened to the pilots that already fly with Goose. We have listened to our customers, and we solved the biggest problem they had, which was getting their getting their custom checklist, their procedures they have usually been working on in an Excel spreadsheet or on a piece of paper with an actual pen, or what they have in their 50-year-old POH. How do you get that in a digital world? That was the biggest pain point. We solved that, and we are rolling that out now, making that available for more and more customers and pilots. And you now simply just use your phone, you take a picture of your POH, or if you have a PDF already, you can just upload that. Then you put it to the cloud, and then if you're amongst the user groups that have been released from this feature, there is going to be a button which just says AI checklist import. You click it, and it's less than 5 seconds on average to get your checklist, your custom procedures automatically imported into Goose. So what I want you to do now is, I want you to go to the booth in the Innovation Showcase, IS3 and IS4. I want you to visit us, I want you to visit and experience the future of aviation. Obviously, I want you to be reasonable, and I want you to have fun. I also want you to be a maverick and fly with Goose. And if you want to use the opportunity of the big screen now, go to the QR code that directs you directly to the iOS App Store. You can download Goose, and if you want to learn more about Goose, how to talk to Goose, how to customize your procedures, and how to really get the most out of that, I do run daily forums starting tomorrow all the way to Saturday at 8 a.m. And obviously at our booth, we're always there to help. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks a lot, and have fun talking to Goose. Thanks.